Welcome to The Kid Cave, the podcast where young sports fans learn all about the games they love, from how sports work to the stories of legendary athletes. We break it all down in a way that's fun, easy to understand, and packed with cool facts. So if you're curious about sports and ready to learn something new, you're in the right place. Let's explore the world of sports, one play at a time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Kid Cave. I'm Dan. Who's that?
Hudson.
Did you forget your name?
No.
All right. Remember, the camera's up there, big guy, not on the computer. So, it's kind of the last episode before Christmas, right? So, are you excited for Christmas?
Yeah.
Is it your favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are you hoping to get for Christmas from Santa?
That's tough because I just got what I really wanted.
All right. Well, that's coming up in show and tell, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so what else do you want?
I honestly don't know what would be on the top of my list.
Okay, so, well, maybe Santa will surprise you, right? So, we are looking, if you're probably looking at us, and we're in a different spot because we are actually in Hutson's room, his kid cave, so you can see the messy bed behind us and such, because the man cave has been taken over right now with family coming in and visiting and such for Christmas and that. So, but we're doing it in Hudson's kid cave right now. So, as usual, you guys and gals know the drill for what this episode. Bless you. Was that a sneeze or a cough?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, you guys know the drill on this Kid Cave episode. We are going to lead things off with a little fun fact. We've got Game On, which is kind of some updates in the sporting world. Huddle Up History. We'll do a little stat lab, and I will tease this. Stat lab is going to be kind of complicating. It's kind of complicating for me, but we'll try to break it down, all right? We'll do a little playbook and do a little show and tell. And we've got the game tip from Hudson, and then we've got extra credits. So without further ado, should we kick it off with a little fun fact? You ready for this fun fact?
Yeah.
So you've played tug of war, right? Yeah. Everybody's played tug of war, right? Do you still do it at school once in a while in gym class, or not really?
Well, like mostly in the spring, though.
Okay, gotcha. So tug of war used to be an Olympic game. Yeah, and it was an Olympic game from 1900 to 1920. It was a part of the Summer Olympics. And Great Britain has the most medals. They've won 5 medals. 2 of them are gold. So do you think if they did the tug of war today, the USA would have the most medals? If you could pick one person, like from the NFL, to be on a tug of war team, who would you pick, you think?
Can he retire?
I don't care.
Aaron Donald.
That's a very good pick. That is a really, really, really good pick. I wasn't even thinking him, but I think I would agree with you, because I think he's even still better than a lot of players in this league to this day. So, all right, that's your fun fact. Let's get into a little game on, shall we? We only got 3 weeks left. Leave your new Crocs alone. Just leave them there. Dude's got new Crocs. Show everybody your Crocs. Oh, Lord. Everybody's in Crocs except for me because I don't like Crocs. But we only got 3 weeks left of the NFL season, and things are heating up. Now, we're Packers fans, so we're a little down right now because of the Micah Parsons news, right? He's done for the year and such, and as of right now, the Packers are not in first place in the division. They are the 7th seed into postseason. They would have to play Chicago if the postseason started. And who does Green Bay play Saturday night? Chicago. So, however, we got playoff scenarios coming up here, and why don't you go through the playoff race right now? So just make sure you're speaking clearly in the microphone, okay? So you go through the matchups right now.
AFC or...
You gotta speak up, bro.
AFC or NFC first?
Do the AFC first.
Broncos are at the 1, Patriots, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles Chargers, Buffalo, and Texans.
All right, the NFC?
Rams, Bears, Eagles, Buccaneers, Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, and Green Bay Packers.
So if there were matchups right now, if the playoffs started today, Denver would have the bye in the first round. New England would be taking on Houston at home in New England. Jacksonville would be at home taking on Buffalo. Pittsburgh would be at home taking on the Chargers. And the Bears would be at home taking on the Packers, whereas the Eagles would be at home taking on the 49ers, and the Buccaneers will be at home taking on the Seahawks. But we got a huge game on Thursday, Seahawks and Rams, too. We got Packers and Bears. I mean, there's some insane matchups coming up on Week 16. And then Tampa Bay versus Carolina, that's going to be for the division lead, too. So we've got some awesome games coming up this weekend. But we do have playoff clinching scenarios. What does that mean? Playoff clinching scenarios? It means if some of these things were to happen, teams can clinch a playoff spot this weekend. So you ready for this?
Someone already clinched.
Some did, but not all, Hudson, right? So we're going to go through the Broncos have already clinched a playoff berth, but they can still clinch their division or the first spot. Okay, so this is what has to happen for Denver to win the AFC West division title, because the Chiefs are out of the playoffs for the first time in forever. You weren't even born yet last time the Chiefs. Yeah. So Denver, they clinched the AFC West title and the number 1 seed with a win plus a Chargers loss or tie plus a New England loss plus a Buffalo loss or tie. So they can do that this weekend if all that happens. They could clinch just the AFC West title if they win plus a Chargers loss or Denver ties plus a Chargers loss. So essentially, they just need the Chargers to lose, and Denver's got to win. So then Buffalo can clinch a playoffs berth if they win plus an Indianapolis tie or loss, or they win and Houston loses or ties, or Buffalo ties and Indianapolis ties, or Buffalo ties and Houston ties. So I would say Buffalo's in decent shape of making the postseason. New England can clinch a playoff spot with a win or a tie, or a Colts loss or a tie, or a Houston loss or a tie. Jacksonville clinches a playoff berth with a win plus a Colts loss or tie, a win plus a Texans loss or tie, a win plus a Colts loss, Jacksonville with a tie plus a Colts loss, or a Jacksonville tie plus a Colts tie plus a Houston loss. Some of these are kind of, are way out there. So Chargers clinch a playoff berth if they win plus a Colts loss or tie, or a win plus a Houston loss or tie, or a Chargers tie plus a Colts loss, or a Chargers tie plus a Colts tie plus a Houston's loss. That's just the AFC. NFC side. So the Rams have clinched a playoff berth. The Eagles can clinch their division title with a win or a Dallas loss, or if Philly and Dallas both tie. They're pretty simple. The Bears, they clinch a playoff berth with a win plus a Detroit loss or tie, or a Chicago tie plus a Detroit loss. Green Bay can clinch a playoff spot with a win plus a Detroit Lions loss, or a Detroit tie, or a Green Bay tie and Detroit loss. So essentially what this means too, if Green Bay and Chicago tie and Detroit loses, Green Bay and Chicago both get in.
Ooh.
So San Francisco gets into the playoffs if they win or Detroit loses, or San Francisco ties and Detroit ties. Seattle clinches a playoff berth with a win or tie, or a Detroit loss or tie. Common theme in that one, Detroit factors a lot into these scenarios. If Detroit loses and a lot of these other scenarios play out, we're going to have quite a few NFC teams clinching spots for this weekend. So that's where everything's kind of at in the NFL side of things. In terms of the NBA, Hudson Archer, we're still maybe not quite to the halfway mark, but a key dates happened in the NBA now. So December 15th. Why is that important? For any player, okay, go ahead. Do you think you know it?
No, I was just going to say the NBA Cup.
Well, the NBA Cup's tonight, which is December 16th, which is the Spurs and the Knicks. By the way, who do you think's going to win that one?
Knicks.
You're going to go Knicks? All right. So make sure you're sitting still and speaking up there, dude. So December 15th means any player who signed a contract in the offseason can now be traded. So maybe we'll start to hear more trade rumors and such. Like with the Bucks, there's a Bucks rumor that they're interested in Zach LaVine from the Sacramento Kings. They need help. Bucks do. Right now, they're in that 10 spot. Do you want to go down the top 10 teams in the Eastern Conference here?
Detroit Pistons, New York Knicks, Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics, Orlando Magic, Philadelphia 76ers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Atlanta Hawks, Miami Heat, and Milwaukee Bucks.
Yep. And then for the Western Conference, the Thunder actually lost another game. So they have 2 losses on the season, but they're still in pretty good shape. How's that? What does that look like, the rest?
OKC, Denver Nuggets, Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs, Houston Rockets, Minnesota Timberwolves, Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Memphis Grizzlies, and Utah Jazz. All
right, so that's the top 10 right now. Should we move on to a little huddle up history?
Yeah.
All right. So, are you getting sick on me?
No.
You're coughing a lot, dude.
So?
You better not be getting sick. Not right before Christmas, man. Myles Garrett, he's a pretty good football player, right?
Yeah.
He's approaching the NFL sack record. He's at 21 and a half sacks right now. The record is 22 and a half, held between 2 people. Do you know who those 2 are?
No.
Michael Strahan and TJ Watt are tied at 22 and a half. Yep. He just did it a few years ago. I believe 2021. I'll have to double check that. But Myles Garrett's just 1 away from tying him, 1.5 from breaking it. I think he's going to get it.
Yeah.
So for our little history lesson, so sacks didn't become an actual stat where they kept track of until 1982, believe it or not. So Pro Football Reference is a website. What they did is they started to go back to a lot of games and started to keep tabs on sacks. And the unofficial record is actually 23 sacks that was done by Al Baker in 1978, and he played for the Lions. So that's the unofficial record. But the official record, since the NFL didn't start keeping stats until 1982, is Strahan and TJ Watt. So, do you know who has the most sacks in a single game? Got to have that mic up there, bud.
I know what number it is.
What's the number?
7.
Okay.
I don't know who did it.
Derrick Henry, the linebacker from the Kansas City Chiefs back in 1990. He did it against the Seattle Seahawks.
You mean the running back?
Or Derek Thomas. Did I say Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
I meant Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas. I got Derrick Henry on my mind. Derek Thomas, man. Thanks for correcting me. Otherwise, that would have gone through. Who has the most career sacks of all time?
I'm thinking one person, but I don't.
Yeah, speak up, buddy.
I'm thinking of a person, but I don't think it's them.
Who?
I have another guess after.
Who?
Ray Lewis?
No.
Lawrence Taylor?
No. Give up?
Yeah.
Most is Bruce Smith. He has 200.
Who's that?
Was a defensive end for a long time for the Buffalo Bills. Played during the same kind of era along with the guy who's in second place, which I'm a little disappointed you didn't say it was Reggie White. So Reggie White had 198 career. But Myles Garrett's already 21st on this. 21st or 12th? One of the two. He's already approaching it. He could get up there. He's on a tear. You know who else is on a tear, though? Our guy Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons, in his first 5 years in the league, he's the first one to have at least 12 and a half sacks or more in the first 5 seasons of his career. So he's on a good path. He's on a good start. Got to get healthy now. So that's your huddle up history. Let's do a little stat lab. All right, so this one you got to listen, all right? Because it's a little complicating. I had to print it out. NFL, we hear a lot about quarterback ratings, right? It's a rating that kind of tells you how well a quarterback did in that game or throughout the season. So, how do they figure out quarterback ratings? Kids, take notes because this is going to be very difficult. The passer rating constrains the score of a quarterback gets for any individual metric between 0 and 2.375 before dividing the individual factors by 6 and multiplying the entire equation by 100. So, yeah, here we go. Completion percentage. Completions divided by attempts minus 0.3 times 5. You take that. Then you go yards per attempt. Yards divided by attempts minus 3 times 0.25. I'm already boring him. Touchdown percentage. Touchdowns divided by attempts times 20. Interception percentage. That is 2.375 minus interceptions divided by attempts times 25. This is a lot. Each component is capped at 2.375 max and 0 minimum. The sum is then divided by 6 and multiplied by 100, and that's how you get the number. Thank God there's other people who figured out that, because I couldn't figure that out. Right? So the next time we watch a game, you're going to have to figure out the quarterback rating. Okay?
I already forgot.
Yeah, exactly. It's so a perfect quarterback rating is 158.3. Don't ask me who figured this out, how they figured this out, how they figured this is the way to, 100% in a quarterback rating. I don't know why they just couldn't figure out a formula that would make it 100. But it's 158.3. So a rating of 158.3 is considered a perfect passer rating, since it is the highest rating a quarterback can receive. To achieve a perfect passer rating, a quarterback must complete at least 77.5% of his passes, average at least 12.5 yards per attempt, throw a touchdown, and at least 11.875% of attempts, throw 0 interceptions. That's a lot of stats and a lot of math. So you look really entertained right now for a kid who wanted to do a kid cave. No comments? All right, cool. Awesome. So let's do the playbook. We're going to learn about what the pick and roll is. What?
I already know what that is.
Well, then what is it? Tell everybody what a pick and roll is. I'm going to see if you're right. No, you said you know what it is, so tell everybody.
I don't know how to explain
Well, you got to explain it, man.
I don't know how to explain it.
All right, so that's why I guess I'm here, right? To do the pick and roll explanation, where a basketball is a basketball play where a player with is called a screener sets a screen on, because we learned what a screen was, right? Sets a screen on the player who has the basketball, which is in this case is the ball handler, okay? Allowing the ball handler to get open, the screener then moves, or what we call roll, to the basket for a potential pass, creating scoring chances or mismatches. We just learned that in our basketball practice last week, right? So say Hudson's the guard, or say Hudson's got the ball. He's dribbling it at the top. I come over and I set a screen on his defender, a pick, all right? Hudson dribbles around that, and then I roll or move towards the hoop. Hudson passes it to me because I should be open down the lane, and I slam dunk it because I can dunk.
No pass.
Well, that's what a pick and roll is, but you pass the ball, you dime it because I can dunk.
I'm not passing you.
But I can dunk.
I don't care.
All right. So, all right, Hudson, you want to do a little show and tell?
Yes.
Okay, you got to actually do some talking in this one, okay? I'll hold it. What do you have here?
It's a Packers picture I just got, which has Xavier McKinney, Tucker Kraft, Micah Parsons, Jaden Reed, Jordan Love, Christian Watson, Josh Jacobs, Romeo Dobbs, Matthew Golden, Rashawn Gary, with Vince Lombardi, Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and a picture of Lambeau Field in the background.
All right, you like that picture? Yeah, a lot. So, game tip. What do you got for a game tip?
If you're running with...
You got to keep the mic up there.
If you're running with your QB and you don't want to get hit that hard, just keep running until a defender comes up to you and press square don't like hold it down, so just press it like to the point where you're just pressing it, not holding it down. So like do like a quick click, and then your QB should slide.
All right, there you have it. So that's your game tip for this week. You want a little extra credit question to wrap it up? I need more enthusiasm than that. You're just kind of, are you ready for Christmas vacation or something? All right, so Cooper Flagg, you know who he is?
Yep.
Who is he?
Number 1 draft pick in the 2025 NBA draft, plays for the Mavericks.
All right, so he did something the other night.
I know what it is.
What is it?
He was the first rookie to score 40 points more than 40 points in a game.
He set an NBA record for a single game points by an 18-year-old with 42 points. The previous record was LeBron James's record of 37 points set in 2003 for players under 19. So, not bad for Cooper Flagg, huh? Not bad at all. All right. That's going to do it for us for this episode of The Kid Cave. Hudson apparently needs to take a nap and a big slumbering nap and getting ready for Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Hudson, say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
You got to be a little happier than that.
Merry Christmas.
No, come on. You got to say it nicer to your listeners.
Merry Christmas.
You're not even looking at them. You got to look in the camera, bro.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, geez. All right. Again, don't forget, follow, subscribe to YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Dan, that's Hudson, and thanks for watching the Kid Cave podcast.